right, I'm gonna get us the links and send it to everybody so y'all can share
Facts,
it out.
facts.
So y'all knew Colton be chilling with Webster?
Oh
I
yeah.
It's
didn't know
all of us, man. It's all of us.
I didn't even know you was a wordsmith. I ain't know. I ain't know. I ain't know. I ain't know.
Feel me?
It's coming through now to the group chat. I'm gonna send it to you too. So
We still not on.
now we on.
What you
What?
said?
Oh, no. I tried to tweet this shit.
He
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about his tweets.
They not,
Nigga, I'm
Fred.
on, nigga.
Broke
Fred, they
Nigga,
not.
boys.
on.
Fred, they are not fucking with us,
Yo,
bro.
Fred, we've been roasting you for like an hour straight, bro. Like for an hour straight. We've been roasting blue
I
checks
just,
for an hour
just
straight.
I just saw the cake shit, the shit that you posted.
Yeah, Cake Boss, the chocolate magician. Feel me?
I was gonna share that, but now, fuck you.
Yo,
I feel you. I
how does
understand.
everybody feel about that though?
What?
How does everybody feel about that?
What the
Like
chocolate torch?
realize it, not even like realizing that like almost everything you've experienced in life has probably been a cake.
Oh, I'm cool with it.
That's why I
That
made
is
that video, bro,
that
because
shit.
that's what life is about.
That shit is mind blowing to me, bro. My mom's called me last night
Everything's
for my
cake.
birthday and shit, and I was like, "How am I know I'm not talking to a cake right now?"
That ass, because she could be your birthday cake.
Yeah,
That
like
ass.
this shit is just so
And if you
confusing.
was birthed by a birthday cake,
Huh.
that would make you also a birthday cake.
Wouldn't I have like
And
unlimited birthdays?
Never in
yeah,
humanity
technically.
have I ever heard no shit like this in my life.
Cake manity. Cake manity is insane.
This is cakeception.
Cakeception.
It
This
is
is
cakeception.
cakeception. This is
All right, I'm
cakeception.
tweeting
This
out the
shit
link
Everything is
on
cake.
the page.
And I don't even mean like everything easy, like everything cake for it.
Hey, what we be chasing? That cake.
Same
You want
shit.
everything to be easy. What that mean? A piece of cake.
Mm.
Feel me? Damn, should be crazy, boy.
Message.
Message. The earth layers. What else got
So
layers? Cake.
message.
Ooh, don't leave me.
Don't leave me.
Don't leave me. Take me with you.
Yo, y'all are retarded, man.
Oh shit.
All right, so I sent the link out.
Hey, my favorite thing from
Sammy was
West Coast.
good.
My favorite thing from West Coast people is tap in.
Yeah,
I really like that. I
I,
really like that
I jacked
phrase.
that.
Hey,
I
That's
do. I
the
hey,
do.
tap
W
in.
you
Hey,
spin.
tap in.
Hey,
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 hey, nigga.
hey,
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 hey, hey,
hey, Buster. You
hey, tap
make
in.
sure make sure you tap in, cuz.
Make sure you tap in.
All right. I like how all right, so maybe it's only me that finds it funny, but like once you leave the tri-state area, like everybody's accent kind of blends into some dumb shit that all sounds the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they all sound like they from down south. Like
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like
once you leave the fucking the tunnel and you
how
get
do
to
you do that?
Jersey, that's
How do
down
you do
south.
that? How do you do that in California? Like I'm confused.
Yeah.
Like how did y'all niggas turn into to southern niggas?
They be like, hey, tap in, no cap. I'll be like, whoa, what? Tap in, no cap, no cap. You be like, what?
I'm so confused.
All right, yeah, we gonna let people get in a little bit more. They taking their time.
Facts.
I mean, we got our brother here with us today. We got some reinforcements.
We got a good historian in the building.
Oh yeah. You know what? I'm changing the fucking title of this episode to "Drink Sola Pop." The
Good historian?
Yeah,
That's a fact.
that's
The
what I'm
great,
changing
the
it
great.
you gotta put some respect on some name.
Nah, no funny shit, yo. Like y'all niggas don't even know. Like I really like I love history because like
No, that's a fact.
it's
Me
just
too.
like it teaches you shit about the future.
Yeah.
So like to know the history of like the hood that you've been walking around bullshitting in, all of that shit. That
Mm-hmm.
shit be amazing, especially to
That
find
shit,
like
that shit. There's so many times I just went on Twitter and seen a picture. He's like 1970 Crown Heights. I'm like, look at all these beautiful black people with afros and they chest out, just
Mm-hmm.
outside in the streets, nigga, having fun on cocaine. I love it.
I'm like, oh shit, they was on Gates. Oh shit,
They was on the block.
I was like,
Yo,
I'll be on Gates. That's
This
crazy.
is my old block.
that ass. That ass though. That shit's so crazy. Yo, Jay Lenz was good, man.
So
Jay
I remember
Lenz,
one
Sammy
time he
Rivera.
posted a picture of that sign. One time he posted a picture of that sign downtown that say like welcome to Flatbush.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my God, that sign was there forever?
Uh,
That is amazing. Yo, I hear y'all. I hear whoever did that. I
That's
hear
me. That was me. That was
relax.
me.
All right, bro,
Yo,
relax.
chill out. I was
You're
trying to
fucking,
hide it.
you're
I was
fucking
trying to hide
fired,
it.
bro. You're
I
fucking
was trying to
fired.
hide it.
You're
I
fucking
was trying to
fired.
hide it.
You're fucking
Niggas,
fired.
niggas wild out.
You're fucking fired, bro.
That's my new shit. I'm just telling niggas to relax for no reason now. Relax.
Relax.
All right, just relax.
Just take a step
Nigga
back,
could be
breathe.
nigga could be totally calm. Just relax. You gotta
That's
put
but
your
that's gonna
hand out.
make that's
You
also
gotta
gonna make
put your
niggas
hand
not
out too.
relax.
That's
You
Niggas
gotta put your
immediately
hand out
just
too.
stop relaxing
When you put your
when
hand
you
out
tell them
though,
to
niggas
relax
be
and
getting a
relax.
little
But
relaxed.
nigga, I'm relaxing.
You can put your hand.
Okay,
You
okay,
gotta like put it out
okay,
and like
okay.
lower they shit.
That's a
You gotta
fact, though.
And I feel like
lower they
it's even more different now because of the quarantine. When you put the hand out, it's like, oh shit, all right, my nigga, my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, you're already, because that's 6 feet.
Maybe niggas is in personal
No,
space.
we could be
Niggas is
6
in
feet
personal
apart, or
space.
you could be 6 feet under me. That's how you gotta explain it to
Either way, it's social distancing, baby.
him.
With your boy.
Woo!
You could do it breathing or unbreathing, A or B, motherfucker.
I'm telling you.
I bet. Let's get into the motherfucking intros. You ready? Hey, Chan. Hey, hey,
Hey,
hey,
hey,
hey,
hey,
hey,
hey,
hey,
hey,
hey,
hey,
hey,
hey,
hey,
hey,
hey,
hey,
hey.
hey, hey, hey.
Hear ye. Haters now in session, and you are now rocking with the finest, the most luxurious, the most notorious, the most scrumptious haters you ever seen in your pick life. And as usual, we are back in our individual haters dens, even though y'all been out there tripping, just spreading the Rona in pool parties, just out
I
there
seen that shit.
just tripping and wilding. But first, I want to shout out to Motivated Apparel. Now, I mean, my guys, the motivatedbrand.com. Shout out to Find Love Soon. You know how we do every episode. Those our guys, Colt and who we got to shout out?
Hello?
Yep.
Yeah, you nigga.
Yeah, my shit was bugging just now.
Oh.
Yeah,
Colt,
I'm back.
who
All
we,
right, so my
who we
hater's
shouting?
name.
Nah, who we shouting out? You got to shout out to your people.
Oh, we shouting out. Oh, my bad, bro. My shit went dead, and I couldn't hear shit. I was just
Oh,
like, what's going on right now? But yeah, we shouting out Hustle to Go. We also shouting out Potluck Crew.
shout out to them. Shout out to them.
That's who we shouting out.
Bet. Well, since we there with you and you was starting, kick off. What's your hater name, man?
All right, so I don't even think I got a hater name today.
How you don't got no hater name?
Oh no, my hater name is Blue Check. Can't tweet. Fuck them. That's my hater name. The whole shit. That whole thing. Sorry, Fred.
He'll just
But
say
it's
something like,
Colton.
it's Palm too, nigga.
But
Wow.
Palm is a secret blue check. Sorry, Palm also.
Wow, that shit is crazy.
I'm not apologizing to y'all. Y'all the motherfucking ruling class.
I didn't even fucking
Y'all
do
niggas is
anything.
on the front of the train if y'all ever seen Snowpiercer.
Fred, what's good? What's your hater name, man?
I'm gonna be blue check oligarch today.
Mm,
God.
I'm fucking with it. Palm, what's good?
Today, today, I gotta keep shitting on. I gotta keep shitting on these sports leagues for trying to start back. Um, Today I'm gonna be the snitch hotline for the NBA players in the bubble.
I dig that.
Use me to your advantage. Cheat. Send Giannis into quarantine
Yeah,
at the start of the Eastern Conference Finals.
yeah.
Did you know when that started trending about that Chris Paul started trending and everybody was like, it's Chris Paul?
Because Chris Paul is a fucking snitch. I know a snitch when I see one. Clifford, whatever. That's his fucking CI. That's his confidential informant identity.
Cliff Paul
Clifford Paul.
with
I'm
the
no idiot.
mustache.
I'm no idiot, bro. Listen. I live in the hood. I know a snitch when I see one.
All right, my hater name's gonna be motherfucking Smith Cannon. Free my
Nice.
guy, free the wave, free Max B and Nick Cannon. Um, That's the MLK and Martin. That's the MLK and Malcolm X of the Black Liberation Movement.
Oh my god.
Tweet like a blue check.
Amazing.
Yo, and we got a fire guest with us today, man. And we call him the Hood Story, man. We gonna let him introduce himself, give his hater name if he got one. What's going on, brother?
What's up, y'all? My name is Sola. Um, I'm a historian. You could say that. Yeah. Um, I hate a name. Hmm. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, we can hold it. We can hold it. It's straight.
Hold it down.
It's straight.
Uh,
It's straight. All right, so let's jump into this interview, man. The guy of the hour. We had to get you, man. First Palm, like we was telling you off air, Palm was like, yo, we gotta get Sola popping. Once your name popped, I was like, oh, absolutely. My man deserved his flowers right now. So it was
Factuals.
only right. You know what I mean? We got you up here, man. So thank you for coming. And
thanks.
yo, you already know, bro. It's only right, man. It's only right. So let's get into your story, man. Your background, man. Who are you? Where are you from? Let's start there. Where you from, man?
I'm from Brooklyn. Um, I'm from Clan Hill. I was born and raised in Brooklyn.
Mm.
I've lived in Far Rock for a while, but I say that I'm from Brooklyn because like I went to school my
Mm.
whole life.
Got you.
Like, even living in Far Rock, I lived in Far Rock since I was like 11, but I was still traveling to Brooklyn.
Got you.
Okay.
And yeah,
Fire. What high
grew up
school?
here, never really left.
Oh, where?
You are I'm Benjamin Banneker. That's in
Oh,
Brooklyn.
you went to Banneker?
Oh, you
Word?
went to
Oh,
Banneker.
you went to the
Okay.
school. He went to the high school to high school.
He went to
Danica,
high school, high school.
aka bitches high.
Yeah, you can say that.
We
You can
don't
say
call the
that.
black queens bitches, Palm.
I,
Jesus.
I, was-
Yo,
I,
Black
I, I
Queen
was,
High.
I was,
Black
that
Queen
was
High.
that was high school. That was high school palm. High school palm.
Yo, so how was it at Banneker? Listen, I know mad people from Banneker, so
Yeah,
Wait,
me
what's your
too.
experience
hold
like?
up. He did something that he said something that I think a lot of transplants and like niggas who not really from the city don't really understand. Like he said, he lived in Far Rock for a while, but he says he's from Brooklyn because that's where he went to school at. His
Right,
formative years were formed in Brooklyn, no matter where he lived at.
right.
You are from where you went to fucking school at, especially in this city.
Fuck you. I only went to high school in this city for like a year and a half.
Fuck you, bastard. You terrorized the streets for fucking 30 something.
Word.
That's mad fun.
What'd you study at Banneker?
There was no like real like study
Mm,
type thing. Like it was just a regular high school.
got you. You went to college out here?
Yeah, I went to Queens College.
Oh, fine.
Okay.
That's right up the fucking
Nice.
block. I used to work there for a little bit.
Oh, where?
Yeah, I used to work for CUNY
Oh,
Athletics over there.
What you doing Queens College?
uh,
What was your major?
double majored in history and political science.
Mm.
Okay. So when did you think you figured out like, okay, history is gonna be my thing? And like another question is like, when did you realize like I'm gonna do the history of where I'm from?
Um, well, basically, when I was in high school, I was always into history. Like my parents, like they always, especially my dad, he would always like bring me around the city and tell me about places. Like he's Nigerian. Both my parents are Nigerian. So when they came here, my dad came here in the '80s. So he would talk about like the '80s and how things were. Like we would ride around Manhattan. He'd be like, "Yo, this place looks so different," and I would just be intrigued by it. And I was just watching old movies since I was young. Um, and then when I got to high school, I was doing really well in like U.S. history, and I didn't even have like a notebook. So I got like a 98 on the Regents. I was doing really
Mm.
well. So I was like, I might as well just study this in school. And by when I got to college, um, I had to choose like something to concentrate in because I decided that I wanted to teach and I wanted to be a history professor. Like by the time I graduated, so I was like, I have to become like an expert in something. So I was like, I might as well become an expert in New York because like this is where I'm from, this is what I'm familiar with, and it would be nice to know New York like the back of my hand because even though like I've been a lot of places in New York by the time I graduated, it was like I still didn't know a lot of New York. So
Okay,
Mm,
that's what's up. That's popping. And
that would be fire.
what is like so I feel like you've probably done like a few like projects on your own like about the history of like New York. Do you have any like specific favorite ones that you would just like, oh shit, like this is dope. Like I really like love this like because you share like a lot of different pictures and stuff from like back in the day. Like do you have any specific project you feel like all of them is just equally like I love all of them?
it like it'll well, there's a few. I mean, like the work like Jamel Shabazz has done. I really like it because he documented like an era that a lot of people didn't, and he
Okay.
was actually like in Brooklyn taking pictures of a lot of people. Like we, without him, we wouldn't be able to see what Brooklyn looked like back in those days for the
Okay.
most part. Um, what else? That's probably one that really sticks out for me because like that kind of made me more and more interested in history when I seen it when back when I was a teenager, like his work.
Mm.
So yeah.
What was your was like your family super supportive of like your vision and where you wanted to go with it?
Not really at first
Mm-hmm.
because my parents, they're since they're Nigerian, they're not really into something that's not all that lucrative.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're both nurses, and it's like they expected me to go into medicine, and I was like, nah, I mean,
Yeah,
they kind of got used to it. Now they're pretty supportive of it all. They see like what's happening.
yeah. What was like your big break? Like when you was like, oh yeah, I'm on now, baby.
Pix 11 hit me up.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, like I'm on TV. That's different.
Fire.
Was Pix 11 the ones who stole the Rosedale story?
Nah, that was the New York Times.
How
Yeah,
did
they're the
that
worst.
how did that feel?
Um, See, like I'm gonna be doing something with them soon, so it's
Hmm.
like now it's like, whatever. Before I was pretty tight about it. I was like, wow, like y'all not include me, like at least like give me a shout out or
Yeah,
a real mention, a
Yeah.
sentence.
because I remember when I first saw that story, I was like, nah, you're not the one that put me onto this. Someone someone else did, and you did not include the fact that they brought this to the light nowhere in this article. And then I
Yeah,
came online and you had I think you or somebody had retweeted it to you, and
yeah,
you were saying something about it, and I was like, all right, cool, because yeah,
mhm,
give my guy his recognition
Mm-hmm.
because he brought that to light, because
Yep.
that was something I never knew about.
yeah.
So if I could jump in for myself and then for maybe others who are watching who aren't familiar. So Sola, you use your platform and you basically give the history of aspects of New York City, or what's your how do you go about that?
Well, I do a lot of New York City history first and foremost, but I also do like just Black history in general, really Black American history in general, or like urban history, like history of cities.
Right.
So like either supposed to be Black, urban, or about New York, or a
That's
combination.
That's what's up. So I have a question. 'Cause I love history and I love historians because I'm not really good at history. So my question for you is like, we had this like crazy moment. Is there any moment in the history of our people or of our city that kind of like you can see parallel in this, or is this unprecedented?
Um,
It's a
as
good question.
far as unemployment goes, yeah, there was like, great unemployment during like the Great Depression. But I feel like this whole thing is very weird because it's like it's influenced by a virus,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like the country didn't prepare for this, So now everything is kind of thrown into whack. The economy is like messing up and everything. People are, rioting.
Mhm.
So like there was a pandemic back in like the early 1900s
Mhm.
with the Spanish, but we pretty much we did a pretty good job with that. Like it wasn't like how it is now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Speaking.
Is there? Go ahead, Trey.
I bet. Speaking of that, like just the history of New York. What's one of your favorite stories of New York that you've come across that like a lot of people don't know about?
Um. hmm. The one story is there's a basically there was this whole incident. Um, a guy, he was like a Hasidic Jew. He ended up getting like robbed and ended up getting attacked and killed. And like as a form of protest, like 1,000 Hasidic Jews ended up storming the neighborhood precinct. This was in Borough Park, mind you. They stormed the 66th precinct. 70 people were injured, and about like 60 to 65 of them were police officers.
Yeesh.
And no one was arrested.
Yo, what?
That is a great piece of history right there.
Yeah, and the nickname of the 66th precinct is called it's Fort Surrender.
Mhm.
So like
Jesus Christ.
yeah, you can look it up. It's 66th precinct Fort Surrender, and you'll see it on Google. Like
That's pretty
it's very
crazy. Is there like any piece of history that right now you're looking into that you're trying to find like extra information? Are you holding that down for right now?
no, I mean, well nowadays I've been looking more and more into like really back in the day, like the 19 like the 1800s. Um,
Okay.
I'm just really interested in like reconstruction and how like because this whole idea of like reparations is coming up, and I would really like to know like how people like straight out of slavery kind of like what ideas people had for them and what ideas did ex slaves have for themselves.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that. I like that. I got another question for you. So as a Nigerian, like what do you get flack about like covering African American history and not Nigerian history or vice versa?
Actually, like I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like people some used to like ask me if I was American,
Mm-hmm.
like um like ADOS.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Okay.
I'm not. So that's why I put my flag in my bio just to let people know like oh I'm Nigerian. But I don't think people never really I've gotten flack maybe like once or twice, but
Mm-hmm.
never constant.
Fire, and what drew you to like African American history?
Um I mean I was born and raised in New York. Um most of my friends, I mean a good amount of my friends are the same way. So it was like I mean I feel like history in America, like it affects me because I grew up here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, everything I do is I'm not saying like I'm still Nigerian, but at the same time, like African American culture still affects me.
Yeah. No.
Now I
That's
feel like
that's 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 real. Because I always tend to fall like upon those arguments, like like they'll ask me like, oh, how you talking about African American history? You got the Trinity flag in your bio. I'll be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Is it quack? Is it the quack? Like somebody literally asked me.
is it the quack?
Is it the
Yeah,
quack?
That shit.
I have a question, right?
Mm.
This is kind of like I kind of want you to give people a little history lesson, low key, because I be seeing um a lot of less melanated people on on the social medias when when we bring up the cops killing us and shit like that, they always go to Chicago, right? So
Oh yeah,
um I've seen you post some Chicago history shit, but
yeah.
my one question pertains Cabrini Green. I want you to tell people how bad tearing down Cabrini Green turned Chicago into what it is today?
Yeah, I mean, like as far as public housing, like public housing in general, like there was a whole bunch of public housing in Chicago that ended up getting tore down. And what happened in Chicago was kind of it's somewhat similar to what happened in LA, just in terms of gangs and how these gangs kind of ended up becoming these real like forces in black and for you to mess up that structure, you're messing up that structure essentially if you tear down these buildings. So what happened was everybody ended up in different neighborhoods, and that's where you get the violence today. There was no transition. They just dumped them wherever.
Mm. So,
The
so, you,
violence
so
went from
basically, you saying like you took best of the niggas and just dumped them in Flatbush.
Yeah, basically.
But
Jesus.
you also like kind of redline them, basically put them in different areas to know that like, all right, they all in this fucking little grid area, even though they all live in different hoods.
That's fucked up.
I mean,
Yeah.
that shit is fucking crazy. Well, is there any other type of history besides African American history that you like are interested in?
Um, I'm kind of interested in like West Indian history. I mean, like Nigerian history. I mean, just Black history in general,
Mm-hmm.
really. So, but like, I'm really most on like Black American history.
Copy. Copy. Fucking dope, man. I'm fucking with my guy. My guy is the coolest, like man, laid back and chill, and
OD
that contributes to
historian,
like
man.
your style that I noticed. Like you have a certain style and look to you. Like what inspires that?
Um, I like I, when I got to a certain age, I was like I wanted to dress a certain way where like I could always look like this, like no matter how old I am,
Mm-hmm.
and no matter
Facts.
where I could go to an interview, I could chill with my friends and look how I look.
Right.
So I always try to, like tailor my style towards that. And then on top of that, like I don't know, like the '70s, it was like I don't know, an era where like people looked clean, but it was still real like flavorful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's why I gravitated towards the like that kind of style.
Copy. Does
with
that
that
you be
with that
so? Are you a model? I be just thinking you taking pictures and shit. Like I'll be like, oh my son model too.
I mean, I've done things like I've done a few modeling things, but I just be taking pictures of myself. Like I don't know, I just
So
picked
I'm
up a
just be
camera
getting
one
his
day
flicks
and I
off. It's fucking
nah, it's lit, nigga. Get your pictures off, nigga. We ain't
that's
judging you
a
here.
fact.
This ain't no
That's a
fucking
fact.
interview, nigga. Get your flick. I can get my flicks off. Fuck it.
Nah, but would you say like that's your favorite era, like the '70s?
I really like it as far as like clothes go. Just how everything looked. Like everything looked cool to me.
mm,
I get it.
That's a
my
fact.
last.
You got a Kangol on right now. That shit is fly, nigga. I fuck with it.
Thanks.
He got the '70s '80s fleek, nigga. What the fuck is he talking
I
about?
fuck with it.
It's my fucking guy. And like
What else?
I mean, I guess now probably not, but back in the day, did you get shit for like your style and shit?
Yeah, way back. That was like high school days.
Yeah.
Like it was I don't know, people kind of got used to it. Like people just knew me for that. Like
Yeah. You know, that's the dope shit about like just owning who you are. Like people just gonna have to deal. Like this is just me, my nigga. Like
after, like what can you say?
oh well. Yo,
Okay.
we don't like how you dress, and then you come back the next day. All right, we don't like that. You come back the next day. All right, we don't like that. It's like, nigga, you gonna get tired of complaining. I'm still gonna complain.
Exactly.
so
Like,
so this. Oh god.
no, no, no. Go ahead. What you was gonna say?
I was gonna say, so this is me like overthinking, but do you think like even like when you were younger in high school and you started dressing a certain way and people was kind of giving you flack for it, but then they realized like, oh, that's him. That's how he do. Did you like at that point realize that like, oh, this is a moment in history, nigga? I fuck with history. This is my shit. I'm finna be a historian from now on in this moment. Because I feel like trendsetters usually end up like really liking history or like innovation and shit like that. So do you think that like maybe your sense of style and shit, your sense of liking specific eras and liking specific styles ended up being one of those things that was just like, damn, I need to know more about whatever this is.
Um, yeah, it was. Yeah, I feel like both, like my liking for my taste for older things did like play into my style, and I feel like my style did like I feel like it played in both, like it fed into each other.
It was a fucking synergy. See, tweet
Yeah.
like blue check, nigga. I'm
That's
back.
how it worked. Yeah, fam.
Yo, this nigga Trey is retarded, son.
Yo, we saw the trending topics back up.
Niggas don't
Yeah,
know the vibes. Like,
that blue
listen,
check
bro.
shit.
The blue check shit is a trending topic, bruh.
It is?
Yo, so like, all right,
Oh
bet.
shit.
So
Niggas,
like,
niggas is back, by the way.
oh lit. I'm about to tweet in a second.
They about to
His,
be mad at us.
historically, since like you know more than history about than the rest of the niggas in here. Are these like the most crazy political times we've ever been in?
Um, yo, that's a good ass question. Um, I I think you could probably say that, yeah, because Trump pretty much he came out of nowhere, like, and the shit that he's doing is just too left field, and he's not like the problem is, well, not the problem is, it's just different. The thing that's so different is that he's not really like a real politician. He's not a career politician.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's playing. He's bringing new rules to the table.
Yeah, he's just doing whatever he wants. He really thinks like he's the boss of the world, and
I
I don't
like
think
that
any.
shit, but I don't like that shit.
I don't like
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, because he
see, that's
mean
the
niggas too. That's why.
Yeah, yeah. That's why. That's why I don't like that shit. But I like that shit because I like that kind of aggression. Like, yeah,
yeah.
fuck it. We changing the rules now, nigga.
Hmm.
It's scary. That nigga be
It is.
wilding. He be
It
making a
is.
lot of bad decisions. These niggas don't want to listen to the CDC.
It
Niggas,
is. All
nigga,
of
yo, the
that. Bad
CDC.
decisions.
This is mad left field, but the CDC tweeted a warning about niggas going in the pool when you got diarrhea. And I was just like, I know that's because niggas is going in the pool when they got diarrhea. So the CDC got to tell niggas not to do that. Just the same way they was telling niggas not to drink Lysol and bleach. Like this country intellectually, it might be at its lowest point. Like
No,
intellect.
bro, we are at the most. We are at like an anti-intellectual, like red alert,
It's
nigga. Like
it's fucking crazy.
everybody is like, "Yo, facts? What are you talking about? Do you understand how I feel?"
How you
Anti-Semitism.
I'm not gonna say something that I really want to say, but I think that there's partially a reason for that.
Free New
Um,
Cannon. See, Fred, I said it for you.
huh?
Free New Cannon, huh? Fred, you out here?
Now I think that that's the moment we're in. I mean, like with the rest of them, I'd be like, okay, everybody do your own thing. I fight for everybody's rights, but I also think that in that, like, certain things are just common motherfucking sense, right? Like, and if we have a real conversation, like, you could say some shit online, like you like, yo, like the other day I said, yo, like Jada Pickett took advantage of, what's this nigga name? Whatever. August Alsina. And
August Alsina.
I was like, to keep it a band, like, sure, like a young nigga probably wants to fuck Jada Pickett Smith. But also that nigga was going through mad shit. And if it was the other way around, if an older nigga would have done that to like
A
his
young John.
his
Yeah.
daughter's friend and a young John. Like imagine like Will Smith fucking with like, like I don't even fucking know, man.
Yeah,
Like you
chill,
gotta
chill
really
off.
like. I was thinking like on some funny shit. Like I was just thinking about how that shit like probably went down. She's like, "Oh, you feeling a little bit? You feeling? Oh, how you can't
Chill out,
feel?
chill out. That
Can
was
you feel
Jada's
this?
man. Chill out.
How about this?"
Oh yeah,
She was on some creep shit, boy. Yeah, you
Trying to get
100% right,
entangled.
Fred. Because I'm like, yo, that's some real predatory shit, like to do to somebody. Like,
But it is though.
Really is. Not no funny shit. It is.
Now, what you saying, Sola?
Go ahead.
No, you really think about it, it is some predatory shit. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
And
Data
nobody
predator.
hit no facts. Niggas was so mad at me yesterday. Like, and Twitter never gets mad at me. Like, not woke Twitter. And like, niggas was like, "How dare you?" I was like, I just said, like,
The thing I realized about Twitter is like when you go, if it was the opposite, people always be like, that has nothing to do with what I'm angry about right now. And I just be like, all right, mean or sir. Like, and in that moment, like you realize that like human beings are human beings. So at the end of the day, anyone way older than someone way younger is and not even talking about like just like men and women. We're just talking about age. So when it comes to that, if someone young is going through crazy shit, because he was going through crazy shit, nigga had disease and shit, like he was going through some
Yo,
crazy
that
shit.
nigga didn't have no knees, bro.
You don't have no knees. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
I don't. This nigga just said something, but I don't know. But like I said, like just that shit is just fucked up on that beyond the like the manipulation. And then again, like on August's side, like I feel like, bro, you gotta
You gotta
not
tighten up.
probably go on TV about that. Like get to more therapy, get some more therapy, because at some point, like you're not healed if 2 years later you're like, you know what I want to talk about? This shit that fucked me up mad long, like 2 years
That
ago.
nigga was in
It's
the
like,
interview
bro,
was
you
like, "Yo, I
gotta
just want to tell y'all about like at the time she was our girlfriend. Like we're
chill
okay.
out, my nigga.
It was.
Chill
It was
out.
a. It was a us. It was a
It,
us thing.
Like it was a
I-
family full of love and a little
Let
lust.
me
and then
hold you.
after they said like nah, it was like the representatives was like nah. The nigga just said the post like, hey man, courtesy calls was everywhere. I sent everybody a
And
courtesy
you know what's
call.
crazy too? People act surprised about this situation, but at the time when all those pictures was coming out, niggas was saying that.
Yeah,
Not
that
us. I
ass.
wasn't. I didn't give a fuck. But people was like, "Yo,
Niggas. Niggas was saying. Niggas was
they
saying
hit that."
that though. Niggas
It was
was
like
People
it's
saying
a
was
that.
full
saying that.
relationship between everybody.
That
They there
ass.
Niggas was like
together.
they a. Niggas was like they a throuple.
They a throuple. They a throuple. She was
saying that.
she was taking
They
him
a
to
throuple.
outside. She was taking him outside.
Nigga said
They
he
was going to award shows and shit.
She was hitting
Throupling.
that.
Yo,
You know why? You know what
outside.
happened though? She pulled that older chick shit. Cause the older chick ever sit you down and like just talk to you. You know how Jada Pinkett be breaking shit down with her hands. Like I just want you to listen to what I'm saying. And then she probably gave that nigga a hot meal. And then suck the shit out
Yo,
this dick,
when
son.
people when people talk to
Yes.
me,
Like they playing the piano.
hold, not even
Like they
man,
play.
like they moving shit around in the like a virtual universe like Tony Stark and
Yeah.
shit. I don't like
You be
that
like,
shit.
oh,
Man.
they too
Put
smart for
Jarvis
me.
down.
You
Put Jarvis
you doing
down.
some type of hypnosis. That's that hypnosis shit.
She
Like
said,
Oh my
and then they
you a
just use a
younger
bunch of words that don't mean
that
nothing.
don't mean you a younger male in proximity to my sensuality of my spirituality and
I don't like how
I
you
All I'm saying is
explaining
mentioned
it,
listen,
man.
listen, listen. There's a positive energy and there's negative energy. Sometimes when they come together, supernova, black hole, and that's how it works, baby.
black
And then he was
hole,
just like,
you and my
damn.
whole African spirit.
yo,
Yo,
like
so the NBA bubble seems like it's gonna burst.
NBA.
Shouts out,
It's a
shouts
bunch.
out my man's Michael Beasley, the
Hold
Dennis
on,
Rodman.
wait. Before we continue, Sola, who's your NBA squad?
I don't watch basketball.
What? What do you
Yeah,
watch?
Oh,
What do you watch? What do you fuck with? Before we jump into this
Like,
conversation and leave you out.
uh,
Wait,
you
what you
said
said? I
what?
can hear you.
I watch movies and like documentaries and TV shows. That's
So,
really what I watch.
I fuck with that. I
Watch.
fuck with that.
so fuck it. Top 5 documentaries. Let's get it.
Um, hmm, top five. There's some shit called Dark Days. That's
the
about
Subway
like
one.
yeah, that's the Subway one.
All right, I got it. I
Mhm.
gotta finish that one. I meant to watch that.
Wait,
Okay, I gotta
like
watch that.
Subway's the food franchise?
No. Like it was about homeless people in the subway station in the subway
Oh,
system.
Yeah,
oh,
living in tunnels.
that's
I gotta
crazy.
watch that.
It documents their
Is
lives and shit, like the actual like how they live, like their apartments and shit. I
where
seen
is
some of it.
this at?
I think it's on YouTube, right?
It's on YouTube. All right, bet. Yeah, everything be on YouTube. Everything be on YouTube.
I be on that rabbit hole, man. I remember one time I was watching some shit and these niggas was in like the Czech Republic or some shit, and these niggas was like living underground, and it was just like an area with mad teenagers doing wild drugs. And there's this nigga named Poppy that lives at the end of the tunnel. It's some movie shit, bro. Like
Yeah,
literally some movie shit.
that don't sound
All
like
right.
Africans. That don't sound like
It's
Yeah,
Africans.
crazy.
yeah,
That don't
It's
yeah.
even sound
not.
like
It's
Africans.
Can't
ridiculous.
Sound like
can't
It's
watch
Somalis.
them.
ridiculous.
Can't watch them.
We
Can't
can't
watch
watch.
them.
We can't watch that
All
shit.
right. So Dark Days. What's next?
Um, hmm, Dog Days. Um, there's some. There's a documentary called I'm forgetting. Well, the Rosedale one. It's called. What's that shit called? It's a Bill Moyers documentary. It's called Rosedale. The way it is.
Hmm.
Rosedale. Yeah. That like if you watch the whole documentary, like just that Rosedale clip, isn't it doesn't really it shows a lot, but you'll understand like those people and how they feel like yeah, you'll get the whole gist of everything. Um, what else? There's another one called "There's No Place Like Home." That's about homelessness too. It's from the '80s. It's about like squatters in like the East Village
Mm.
and people in Philly. There's another one called Squatters. It's called Another Philadelphia. Squat. It's from 1983. It's about squatters in Philly trying to like own their own home. So basically, like they seize the home and they're trying to like get the government to give them the home.
Hmm.
Mm.
I've
Um,
heard about people doing that, but I
So
ain't never
that's
seen
called Squatters.
yeah, Squatters, the other Philadelphia.
Bet I'm about to put that on my list. Yo, I
I'm
got a
about to
question
watch
for
that.
you.
it. Wait, hold on. He
Um,
got one more. He got one more. I need to write
Oh,
these
my
down.
fault, my fault, my fault.
more. Oh, Children of Harlem. That's on YouTube. It's the 1960s documentary about like everything that has to do with Harlem, like from the kids to like even five percenters. Um, they have like some like small segment about rats, about sex workers, about all types of stuff. Vietnam, like people coming home from Vietnam. Oh, there's another one called GI Junkies. That's one people should watch. I'm naming like really good ones. These are ones that I
Okay.
really
I'm writing
I
all
don't
this
have
shit down.
yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I wrote all
I
this shit
understand.
down. Fred, what you was gonna ask?
So my question was, so I feel like you being so focused in history and having such a wealth of knowledge is something that like obviously it lacks in just our school systems and stuff like that. But I think our specific history as Black people, because we're not taught it at times, it lacks, right? Like there's a lot of things that I learned actually knowing Trey and shit in like college and being around a certain group of guys like early on. One of those things is like the Tulsa Race Massacre and stuff like that. Like I dead ass didn't learn about the Tulsa Race Massacre until I got to my freshman year of college. Like, is there anything that you can see that like we can do, like us, like actually here, and people like us to like change how like we like educate around history? Like outside of just giving out books and shit like that, is there like systemic change you see like that should be done?
I mean, as far as systemic change, like in the school systems, I do feel like there should just be more. In terms of social studies, I think people should try to make things more like they just should just cater them to like the lives of students.
Hmm.
Um, I think that's what will make history more interesting. I think that's what will draw more people to the social sciences in general. Like even politics, people always talk about the president, but there's so many like people that affect your daily life at the local level, from the mayor to even the DA. These are all people you vote for. Like people don't even know you that you could vote for the DA,
Hmm.
Facts.
and that's who helps prosecute people. So yeah, I think everything should just be centered towards just everything should just be local.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And I agree there because when you think about it, especially so last episode, Kenneth Montgomery brought this up. I want to see what you thought about it. So your thoughts on it being more local. He was saying basically like we should have our own, education system in which we educate each other politically and raise our own political figures in our neighborhoods, and you know what I'm saying, just teach them the ways so that we can have somebody that runs for us in that local government. What do you think about that?
Um, yeah, I do think we should definitely do that. I think that's how I think that's how I mean back in the day that's how people were able to get like our first black politicians like in the
Yeah.
60s. Um, yeah, that's basically what happened. People got together politically, got people to register to vote, and ended up getting black people in office because that's how we felt. Like the whole idea of representation was like big back then. So
Mhm. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's a dope conversation. I think black people need to take more seriously. Like really investing in a way to educate each other. Like in our like community centers and shit like that. That should be part of it. And I think a big point in what you said was like if you cater school around to their lives, then their after school activities could be catered differently as well. And that gives us a lot more room to work with. You know what I'm saying? Doing things for them, like educating and getting them into sports and really molding our youth. And I
yeah,
think the school system
Big
kind of hinders
facts.
that with the time that it takes them. You know what I mean? From 7 to 2 or 8 to 3, and then
Yeah,
after school activities, so 5, and then later, you know what I mean? Some go to after school program. Now they there to 6, 7 o'clock. You know what I'm
and
saying? Now when they get home, how do you cultivate this kid? You know what I'm saying? He's tired, he's beat, overloaded with information. So that's a
pointless
tough conversation.
information. Pointless information. Don't forget,
Exactly,
most of the
exactly.
information is pointless
That you're not gonna use later, like at all.
it's definitely true.
at all. Just institutionalizing them.
Just so like they don't really care too much about like things like history because
Yeah,
like you don't really learn the history that's really relevant to you.
yeah. It's so true because like, and then after school, like, think about when you're younger, you don't want to fucking even look at a book. Like, think of the, you know what I'm saying? The overload. Like, even in college, I remember after college, I was sitting down, and I was like, when's the last time I picked up a fucking book? Like literally, like that's when I started reading again. I had that moment, like, holy shit, I don't read because I was just tired of like fucking school. Like
Yeah,
school just fucking turned me off from reading. Like all those words put together reminded me of school. You know what I'm saying? So it's like once you start to re-educate yourself, you can get back into it. But it was a struggle, son. It was a fucking struggle.
It's a fact. But that's also why things like what Sola does is like so important
Yeah.
because like just like you said, like we're on Twitter, like we're all on Twitter. Like it's information overload literally the longer you stay on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like and it's misinformation overload and information overload. So it's like
Both of them.
at points when you see things like what he posts, it's like, all right, it's visual. That always
Mm-hmm.
catches people, even the
Yeah.
people that don't like to read. They like,
yeah,
oh shit, a picture, it's pretty. Let me check it
And
out. If I
and
see
it'll send
words,
you it'll send you on one of them rabbit holes. You'll go
a rabbit hole, and you
look
need
into
it.
whatever he posted, and you'll find some more information. End up clicking another link and another link. You ended up
Facts.
you sat there for 2 hours off of something that Solar posted.
Mm.
And now you learned
Yeah.
Facts.
by
Yeah.
mistake.
Because you like, and that's another thing I think like he's doing and is doing it so well that you know what I mean. Like people don't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like people just click a video and just be like, "Oh shit, I learned some shit." And sometimes you gotta reach people in the spaces where they're at. Like, did you think
Facts.
about that? Was that part of like your strategy? You was like, "Let me just post
Well, basically, I've been trying like since I got into like since I started college.
this." Hmm.
I just ended up learning a whole bunch of shit that like I was like, damn, like people need to know this. But like basically, most of my friends didn't really like go to college. They didn't finish or they just didn't go. So I was trying to figure out a way to connect with like my friends. Like I wanted them to just like know more about this stuff.
Hmm.
But the issue was like at first I started posting like passages, like just excerpts of things, but no
Yeah.
one would really like. And I was like, okay, I have to figure out a way to catch people's attention. And most people don't read, so I decided to like look for more videos and look for more photos. And yeah, that's why I mostly do the videos and photos. I don't really share too much like books or passages or links to things. It's mostly just like I want anyone anyone who like it's easy. It's very accessible. Like it's something that, it may not be crazy jargon. You have to like, siphon through. It's just a video or a photo,
Hmm.
and how you feel.
Yeah, yeah, very true.
That's
I
popping.
agree because I realized that too. Like I used to post like excerpts of what I was reading, shit like that, and niggas like, I'm not reading that fucking nigger shit.
It's
Then when I started
a
posting the
fact.
videos, that's when the shit started picking up. I was like, oh, so you gotta give niggas videos. Got you,
Yeah.
got you. Yeah, it's the
Niggas be
strategy.
visual learners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am too. So I can't even say here, but oh, niggas don't like to read. Like it's true. Sometimes,
No,
what you saying, bro? Go ahead.
no, I was saying it's true. Like I feel like it's easier to read a book. It's easier to like watch a movie for an hour and a half than it is to read a book for an hour.
Yeah, that's facts. That's
It
facts.
is. People don't got imagination, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
reading books be
A lot of
hard.
people imaginations is fucking dead.
yeah, and it
That's why
takes
people
discipline. It takes discipline. Like
yeah.
you really got to discipline yourself to like, I'm gonna read and like set some time for when you're gonna read. Like, what's your reading time? Like for me, it was my travel to work. I was like, all right, if I'm going to work, I'm either writing music or I'm reading. No other thing. No sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Get enough sleep the night before. But you gotta read on the train. And then I would fall asleep reading.
I think people's hatred of reading made me realize why people don't think words mean things.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people see books and then they're just like so many words, and then you see how they interact with people that use words that actually mean something, and they're just like, I think this means this, and it's like you can't do that. You can't really do that.
Yeah.
That's not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. You can't.
Especially like because books are different because sometimes they can be open for interpretation, but like people are way different because there has to be and books have
Nah,
context
see,
also. Books
I
have
hate,
context also.
I hate shit being open for interpretation because words they got meanings.
They have
So
meaning, but books even have context.
Well,
Like
and also
so,
this point is the type of books you read too. So
yeah.
for me, I had that problem. Like I'm not going to read something about something. You get what I'm saying? If that makes sense. I don't want to read somebody writing about something. I want to read about the person who did it. Like from the
Okay,
person
you
who
want
did
more
it
perspective. You want
perspective.
perspective.
Yeah, I don't want the person doing a study on him. I want the person. What do they say? What do they
Okay.
do? You get what I'm saying? So it's
You
not
don't want an
open.
outside source. You want an
Yeah,
inside
so it's not
source.
even open for my imagination or
I
interpretation,
feel that. Nah,
which is
I
what
get what you're
happened. You know
saying.
what I'm saying? And that's why a lot for me, when I learn history, it's like no. I'm not. This happened. You get what I'm saying? Because I know the stories of the people that literally went through it, and that was like a main key to my perspective. So I think even when studying, you kind of gotta know what your perspective that you like to learn from the most. You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
fact.
If the perspective of the person is too heavy, then you might want to read the, the person who did the research on that person. You get what I'm saying? That book. Like there's a Stokely the Life book, and then there's Ready for Revolution. So you know what I mean? Depending on what you want to read or how you like to read those two books, you might want to pick and choose wisely for you waste your own time.
Nah, that's a fact. That's 100% a fact.
Um, what the fuck got
Yeah,
going
man.
on? We can talk about with Sola, man. What the fuck is going
Palm, you was talking about the bubble,
oh
NBA
yeah, I
bubble.
mean it's gonna fail.
on? Oh, so
Yeah,
it's already failed. There's people in the
it's
book to
already
sit.
failing.
All of these sports, everything that's trying to start back is gonna fail because you guys are putting money above people.
And
Yep.
niggas is snuggling in motherfucking COVID and not weed. Like, come on, you guys got the wrong vision.
It's crazy, bro. How you smuggle COVID in the fucking bubble and not the runts?
It is tripping
How
out.
you even go to the bubble without the runts? Did me and Warren Buffett not teach y'all niggas nothing?
Exactly. Exactly. No, but yeah, that bubble shit is going to fail. I mean, I think it might last a couple weeks, and then they might have to shut it down, especially when they start playing.
They're gonna
There's
have to
That's
shut that
there's
that's
shit
the
no way
real
down.
litmus test
there's
when
no
they
way it
start
goes into
playing.
the fall, bro. Once people start getting like once the cold and flu season come back, it's a wrap for that shit.
But the
Yeah.
silly part for me is like you could have just called this season a quits, and time is flying. By the time fucking like we're almost in August. You get what I'm saying? We're almost in
Money.
August. So
It's crime as
September
well.
September is what? No, we're almost in August. So you could have done fuck it. Said that season is a wash. Do the draft. Do the motherfucking summer league. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever you gotta do, but let your main players rest until the next season.
LeBron said, "Fuck that."
Money shit, man. It's money shit, bro. At the end of the day, the
Bread.
M the in the NBA's stand, like in NBA's case, like the NBA players association, they know that the owners is gonna try to cancel the CBA if the season doesn't get finished.
Yep.
Mm.
If they cancel the CBA, that means they're trying to get some bread back,
Yeah,
and nobody wants to give bread back. That's just who gives back money. It's
that's a
crazy.
fact. And who wants to go against Chris Brown?
Um, nigga put out 97 songs in the album. Nobody.
Exactly. Fuck out of here. Yo,
I think be bullying us with
that
music.
Nick Cannon shit is crazy, man.
I think that's the craziest shit out right now. How quickly they took him off of TV.
Yeah.
Like they would the program said Nick Cannon wilding out
Mm.
and Fresh Prince was playing. Dumb niggas was not playing with him. But like I said, I told y'all like they've been pushing this anti-Semitism thing for like at least 2 years, man, hard.
Two
Just like
years?
probably
It's been
more.
more than 2 years,
Nah, but
bro.
like for like mad hard on like, cause like I got Optimum, so like at one point my every time I turn the TV on, it'd be on News 11,
Mm.
and on News 11 everything was just like anti-Semitism, anti-Semitism, anti. I was like, damn, you would think no black people live in New York
I
because
mean,
there's
the
just
I feel like I I feel y'all, but I also feel like I wasn't shocked that it got taken down so fast because like niggas got power, man. They got power.
Oh, once
They
I
got a lot
seen
of
what he
power.
said, I was like,
I was like, oh
I was like,
no,
I was like, oh, he's out of here.
he's out of here. They gonna get him out of here. I
He's
was
out
like,
of here.
fuck. This
He's out of
nigga's
here.
on their home turf trying to put the
Well, I
football
honestly,
cowboy star.
for a second, I thought he was safe because it was on his platform. But you know how it go. They gonna tie
Mm-mm.
that into everything else you do.
Yep.
Yeah.
They gonna
I
tie it into
mean,
everything else you do. And even yo, fucking Ocho Cinco said some real shit. That I seen a video float past my timeline earlier.
oh
He
yeah, I
was like,
fucked with it.
yeah,
What do
let
you
me
say?
see.
he was like going after the money is the whip to keep you in line. He was like, that's the whip. When they go after your money, that's the whip. And I was like, damn, that's true.
It's
Man,
true.
I mean, a lot of
Cause
people think that like you get to a certain point, niggas still have bosses, and I don't think niggas realize that, right? Like, like this should show niggas if niggas don't learn now, I don't understand when they're gonna, because like Nick Cannon been doing Wild and Out for what 10 years plus at this point, and the niggas was like, you replaceable, nigga. Like,
If that,
He was America's host.
I feel
if,
like what you said is a fact, man. A lot of niggas have bosses and they be swedges.
yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah, yeah. I don't call bosses no more. I call them tenured coworkers.
And you could word because them niggas can get fired.
Facts. They got bosses too. So what I'm gonna call
He like,
boss
hey man,
boss?
I'm your boss. Nah, you just the old nigga that work over me.
That ass.
Been here a little while longer, nigga.
You know, get
Nah,
the
but
fuck along.
that shit really crazy. But like, I mean, yo, facts is facts, man. Them niggas gotta look. Them niggas gotta start following Sola so they can learn their history, and then they would know that the nigga not even lying.
Niggas is untouchable, bro. Fort Surrender? They got a precinct to be called Fort Surrender. That's ridiculous.
Niggas got beat up by a bunch of niggas in long coats and fucking top hats.
Yo,
Come
maybe
on,
some of
bro.
them was wearing the mink shit. That shit fly.
What's your
That
story?
shit, that shit still don't hurt.
Yeah.
You don't want to know what they're talking about right now, Frank.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
you're a blue check. Let's keep you safe.
You a blue check. Just
Just,
keep it cool,
just
man.
know, just know that if another group of people did that
Whatever this shit is, this flying.
and
Oh,
75 people got hurt, it would have been 75 of them, not the
yeah.
other way around.
Yeah.
Ain't that like what they did in Crown Heights? Ain't they
Um,
what?
in Crown Heights, basically, like there was a guy. He was Jewish. I actually think he was a rabbi, but he ended up like driving. He was driving down, I think, Eastern Parkway or some shit, and he ended up like getting into an accident. And he ran over a little boy, and and the Jewish ambulance came first. You know the Jewish,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and
Mhm.
it picked up the man and not the boy, and the boy ended up dying. So after the boy ended up dying, there was like a little bit of commotion, and then I think a black guy ended up like shooting a Jewish guy, and that's what kicked off the riots.
Oh shit. I
And
couldn't hear.
they was going up for son getting shot. They was going up.
It was like, yo, it was crazy. That like if you see, you could look up the footage on YouTube. It was crazy.
Oh, you get
Very
what
crazy
did I?
vibes. I've seen it. I've seen it. That shit was crazy. They was going up. Yo, they was not playing. They was like, he shot one of ours. We're going up.
Yeah, yeah. I like that. That's good energy. That's good.
I
Yeah,
just want niggas to go up like that.
For the one time.
That's a fact.
For the one time.
That's it.
Where what's the any more topics left? I can't really think of nothing.
Shit. What else is going on, man? Shit. Trump. Um, but
Yeah,
shit. But that's every day. I mean, everything else.
every day.
I've been chilling.
Goya,
What y'all working
Goya,
I
on?
I
mean,
get,
I
I
mean,
guess.
I mean, the crazy shit is like he brought up Sola brought up the 1901 Spanish flu pandemic
Hmm.
that that kind of lasted if I'm not mistaken, it lasted more than a year, right?
yeah, like about a year. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're probably gonna be in this for way longer than that, and they ain't even have like work.
Technology.
They ain't even have working toilets inside the crib yet. I don't think so. You know where we
Them
at
niggas,
right
is-
now?
them niggas is using snakes in the medical room still. He was like,
Type
"Hey,
shit like
this snake gonna have to suck all the blood out this sick person."
my nigga, no funny shit type shit like that. And you heard what Sola said, like they handled that shit better than we handling it right now. Like I seen mad people going to the club last night, and I was just like, but it's a pin. All right,
Niggas are still getting vacation pics off.
And hey, people don't give a fuck. Just that just is what it is.
See, that's
People,
the thing. I mean, like, I feel like in New York, like we're relatively safe compared to the rest of the country, but it's just crazy to see like people leaving New York to go to like other places.
Yeah,
Mind you,
yeah.
these have like crazy rates, like crazy high numbers. So
They
it's
like, I'm from New York though. I'm good. Don't even worry about it. If I
that's
survive New
right.
York, there's no way I can't survive Florida. Just all right, cool.
niggas are crazy,
All
Yeah,
son.
right, cool.
big
All right,
tripping,
all
bro.
right, cool.
Yeah, tripping.
All right, cool. Whatever, whatever. Niggas, the rest of the world ain't gonna open up their borders to us for like 2 years, bro.
Yeah, bro. We gotta take
They like
that.
y'all niggas is nasty. No, stay, stay
Yeah,
there.
that's a fact. Fucking
That's
Solo. What you got? What you got coming up? What you got on the docket?
um. Well, I'm thinking of. I'm working on like a book. Like I want to. I'm doing like a children's book.
Mm.
That's dope.
Um. Look out for that.
Yeah,
Um. I mean, there's other things that are in the works, but it's not like true. It's still like very, just all step one
got you.
right now.
Okay.
So trying to navigate through that, but like the book is definitely something that
Got you. I'm working on
Major.
buying this school for Frederick Douglass Freedom School for Black Boys. If
I fucking
you
hate
know the joke, you know the joke. If you don't know the
you.
Yo,
joke, you don't.
son.
I fucking hate
Yo,
you.
son.
I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you so much.
Yo, if I see a GoFundMe for a fucking action figure, I'ma fucking kill you, son. If I see a fucking action figure GoFundMe with a fucking do rag on and fucking phone posits, nigga, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Flight posits, okay?
Flight posits. Flight
We grew up.
posits. That's fucking hilarious, son. Oh, that's funny.
Nah, so spread love. We doing it Saturday because Friday is gonna fucking rain again. So spread love is on Saturday at 4. We in Brooklyn, Fulton, and Utica. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Come out
it's
if you're
lit.
hungry, come get some food. You know what I mean? If even if you got money and you're hungry and you just want some food, that's cool.
I
You know what
seen
I
a
mean?
nigga fulton a AK out of a trunk on the corner of Fulton and Utica once, but
Same,
I'll be there.
same. That's a those be
That's
prank. But that's the thing though. Like even if they come up with an AK and it's like, dude, you gonna shoot me and I'm offering you, you know what I'm saying, a
do
sandwich?
you
I'm
want a
giving you
do you
food,
want
nigga.
do
The
you
fuck?
want a meal, sir?
Yeah,
He gonna put it away. He gonna be like, "Oh, my bad,
my
dog.
fault,
My
my
bad."
fault. Is that turkey, nigga? Is that turkey,
It
nigga?
is. It
Yeah, it
is.
Yeah,
is.
it is. It's
It
turkey.
is.
That's a turkey. But now, final hate. I got final hate. Or y'all straight?
Ooh, um,
I final hate for me already.
my final hate is gonna be for people who are outdoor dining right now. I hate you. Most of these places are
Mm,
taking up quality parking spots,
mm,
and you're also getting exhaust in your food.
mm,
There's exhaust. The car started, the exhaust came out of the exhaust, and it went directly into your plate. So you're having a side of carbon monoxide with that.
mm,
Yep.
Stay your ass in your fucking house.
mm,
Take a
Okay.
walk, go get some takeout, and then
mm.
take it back home. Eat it on your steps. Like, don't eat it on the sidewalk of the restaurant. That shit is stupid.
That's a fact. I got some final hate too.
What's up, man?
Anyone that's smoking hookah right now,
Oh
why?
man.
Like, nigga, it's a disease that's attacking your lungs, nigga, and hookah is one of them. Stop smoking hookah, nigga. That shit is not worth it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop
Nigga
it
smoking
now.
the
Be an
hookah.
adult and smoke weed.
Pick
Niggas
up
be
a
smoking hookah.
And
Deadass.
smoke the weed by yourself, not
Dead
with nobody
ass.
Like if you
Stop
gonna do,
smoking,
how you gonna do hookah and this crack right there?
son.
else.
Son.
Whole crack rock right there. You
Whole
just
crack
cut
rock,
the hookah.
just chilling.
It's
You
just
can throw
chilling.
that instead of the cold. Niggas would be smoking cold, and they don't think that's ridiculous. You
Put a
just ever
rock,
heard niggas like, yo,
put a rock on there.
put the hookah coal on there. That's a cold, nigga. That's what Santa Claus get for bad kids,
You can
nigga.
make some chicken on that shit, nigga. Throw a little piece of
Yo,
chicken
Y'all,
dead
on that motherfucker.
ass.
y'all,
Throw that shit in
y'all
the
trying to get
grill,
spicy?
nigga.
Y'all trying to get spicy? Put the 8 ball on there.
Throw a little crack on there. You feel me?
Throw a little crack on there, and
Fred, you
you
got
can have a
final
grill
hate?
party.
Yeah, my final hate combines. I'm gonna just say it. Fuck it. My final hate combines the other two final hates. My final hate today is for Dominicans.
Oh my god. Let's get
Oh my
racist.
fucking god, let's go.
Fuck y'all.
Generation.
I could go. I can extend this for the next 45 minutes if I had to. But my final hate is for Dominicans for every reason that I should have a final hate for Dominicans. That's what I'm saying.
You
Man,
black. You know,
how
I know black. Yes, you are. You
I know
black.
black,
Shut
Papi.
up.
I know black, Poppy. I know
Shut
black.
up. Shut up. You black.
Um, my final hate for the blue checks, man. It's just
Ah,
let's
Pop,
go.
Pop, you coming for
Let's
us?
go.
I
Let's
gotta.
go.
It was so fun to pack y'all up today, man. That was a 3-0. Y'all couldn't even fight back. That's the best time to kick somebody
That's
when
a
they're
fact.
down.
Oh man, he said y'all got Tay Rock.
Y'all got Tay Rock.
Wait, who the fuck is y'all, Pop? Who the fuck is y'all, Pop?
That's
Yeah, Paul, you a blue check.
crazy. I only got suspended because my account knew.
This nigga worked for fucking Twitter on the low. You come on, Pop.
I'm dead.
Nah, but
Sola.
Yo, why did they
um,
suspend my account?
yeah, that ass. Fucking definitely for the blue checks. What else? What else is my final hate? My final hate is for people that wear masks but don't cover their nose. That's more final
Yeah,
hate.
like these niggas.
Facts.
What is
Um,
that?
I got final hate for people that's shooting rap videos right now. Nobody gonna see that shit, man. Like it's mad unrealistic. You and your friends, no mask, having a blast. Think about it. Read the room.
Nah, man. Y'all
Read the
wildin'.
room. Read the room.
All right,
We
all
cannot
right,
relate.
all right,
Cannot relate.
all right.
Also, wait, one more. Um, it's for COVID, but very specific reasons. Like in the summertime is when you're supposed to find your wife, and it's not because it's hot or nothing like that, but it's because the chicks be having their feet out. So it's like the perfect time to see who got the good toes.
Who got the good toes?
This is what this season is. Good toes season, and the COVID really ruined good toes season, and it's pissing off me and my homeboys.
Me
All these
and
chicks
all
is
the
Me and
walking
my
out.
homies.
me me and my homeboys are very 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 mad. We can't go to Tola Noches.
That ass. All these calf length socks when I go out is pissing me and the homeboys off, man. Like,
I'm trying. Yeah, no, I'm really trying to go to Tola Noches. Like,
that ass.
what's going on, son?
It's the toes, man. It's the
Yo, all right,
toes.
all right. I got
Uh,
a small extension on my final hate. It is gonna sound a little racist. This is gonna sound a little racist,
Oh
but
no.
bear with me. White homeless people, don't talk to me. Thank you.
Sola, final hate was good, man.
My final hate is probably for the mayor
Yeah.
because
God, fuck that
we need something.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It, rent is too high. Like I'm just like I just need something done about that.
guy. No funny shit. Like
No
that's a
funny.
fact.
No funny.
De Blasio, do your fucking job.
He
He a bitch.
can't. He's a
He's terrible
Caucasian.
at it.
When you give a
He's so
Caucasian a
terrible.
job, they are going to fail, either
David
financially or
David Dinkins, where
morally.
you at?
You,
David Dinkins, where you at?
it's either financially or morally. It's one or the other.
That nigga failing both ways. This shit is
Both
crazy.
ways.
Oh, son,
That's crazy.
I know white dudes
Hold
that
on.
rob their own people and broke right now. This shit's fucked up.
Crazy.
Shout out to Enron. Suck my dick, man.
This nigga said shout out to Enron. That's great.
Niggas
But
is
yo,
mad broke and they in jail.
If you understand, you understand, man. My
no,
jokes are very historical,
no funny shit though.
metaphorical.
White homeless people, don't talk to me, man. I can't help y'all. I got help to struggle. I'm only helping black people. Please leave me alone.
Yeah, I don't got enough queens.
I dead don't. I dead don't. There's enough black homeless people for me to help, and I don't want to help you.
That
You could take a shower and dead go get a better job than me.
that ass.
One thing
Thanks.
I will say is when they discriminate against me and think I don't have money, I'd be very happy about that. I'd be like, thank you, white homeless person, for thinking I don't got bread, because I was gonna give it to you anyway.
Touche.
I like. I want them to practice that form of racism against me. Thank you.
Yeah, it's certain kind of racialism. That's cool.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll be fine with it.
Yeah,
I'll be fine with it.
yeah, just leave me the fuck alone. That's fine. And if you like leave me the fuck alone, yeah, motherfucker. Yeah. Oh, you saw how I faked that nigga out? You thought I
We
was talking
got
to
one,
y'all niggas? You thought I
yeah.
was talking to y'all niggas? Caught that nigga Binks. Bink, bink. Yeah, nigga. It's like my dick, nigga. You dead, man.
When you catch a nigga slipping. When you catch a nigga slipping.
All right, y'all. Hey, Chan. Let's get the fuck out of here,
All
man.
right, let's
Hey,
Yo.
go.
Chan.
Hey,
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 hey.
hey, hey.
Yeah, it's lit.
Fuck y'all.
Talk to him.